So get this, NFL.com released a list of the most exciting athletes in all sports, and an NFL player didn't crack the top 3. LeBron James took the top spot, followed by Tiger Woods and Mike Trout. The first football player on the list was Patrick Mahomes at number 4. Then Serena Williams came in at number 5. So Shannon, do you agree with these rankings? This is hard for you. A lot of your favorites.
They got one right. That boy Spice Girl Bayless. I'm trying to figure out how the hell Mike Trout get up there.
That's a good question.
Skip, I have yet to hear say, hey, man, what you doing at 7 o'clock, man? I got to get home to watch the Angels play. Let Tiger Woods, it ain't even got to be a slam. Let Tiger Woods be in contention on Saturday, Sunday. Let Serena Williams.
Must watch.
We already know my homeboy. And now, Skip, I can't tell him, go James. I tell you what. You can say, okay, advertisers, whomever have basketball games. We know the networks that basketball's on the national network. Okay, you can get the Clippers for the 20 games. You can get Giannis Antetokounmpo for 20 games, or you can get the Lakers. Who they taking, Skip? Because remember now, the Clippers also in L.A., so we can't use that about the market size. Who they getting, Skip? They getting Go James. You know that, I know that. So they got it dead wrong. They got it dead right with number 1. And number 2, I can live with Tiger. But Mahomes and Serena, they got the above Mike Trout. I don't even know how Mike Trout in the top 10, to be honest with you. He's a great player. I'm not trying to take that away. But Mike Trout is not must-see TV. Barry Bonds was must-see TV for a baseball player. He ain't that.
I will give you this. If I happen to be watching an Angels game, his at-bats are as must-see as you can get in today's game, because statistically, he's putting up numbers nobody's ever put up. There's just not an electric factor to it where you say, I might see something I've never seen.
But you're not going to rush home to see it.
Listen, Barry Bonds,
yeah, exactly.
2001.
Yes.
Because I covered it. It was beyond must.
And Skip, they would interrupt normally scheduled programming on ESPN to let you see them at bat.
That's cool.
Because I might see it splash in the post.
Exactly.
That's what we're talking about. And with Mike Trout, we don't have that kind of excitement. Okay, I'm going to give you this, but for very different reasons. LeBron's games are easily the most exciting in all of sports to watch, for better and for worse, because it is a roller coaster ride with him. You might get a triple-double. You might get 8 turnovers.
You get 8.
Yes, sir. You
might get 4 or 5.
Okay, we had one just 10 days ago. You had 8 turnovers. You might have disappeared down the stretch.
My goodness.
You might have missed the last-second shot. You might have missed the late-game free throws. You might have some sort of drama going on, because I say this to you, every LeBron game has a subplot to it. There's always something going on. He is easily the most interesting man in all of sports, I think, in sports history. Because every day we come in here after a LeBron game, it's some big issue that arises that you can't see coming.
He should be the Dos guy. He's the most interesting man in the world.
He is that.
Yeah, that's what he is.
He is, but it's always drama king.
It ain't no
There's
drama.
always something going on with it.
You made it that.
No, I didn't make it. He makes it that. He's got this force field around him where he just can't help himself. He's always in the middle of some crazy controversy after every game. They can be playing Sacramento, and you know and I know we're going to come in here and something went down in the locker room.
Well, I want Mahomes to be number 2. Because I never know what I'm going to get. I might get a no-look pass. I might get a jump pass. I might get him scrambling for 27 and a go-ahead touchdown, Skip.
You know what? I disagree with that, because Tiger is still far and away second, and he is close to being first on this list. And I'll tell you why. Because we were off, I got to watch the whole, what's used to be called the L.A. Open. It's here at Riviera. It's now called the Genesis Open. Tiger Woods wound up, he did make the cut, he finished dead last. And I got to tell you, all day Sunday, all I cared about was, even though we had Rory McIlroy versus Adam Scott all the way home, I just wanted to see Tiger. I wanted to see him finish dead last, because there's something about the electricity around him where I might see a shot, even if he's finishing dead last, that I've never seen before.
Well, Skip, I wanted him to be up there because I wanted to watch Sunday, give me a reason to watch Sunday, because it was obviously before the All-Star game came out. I wanted something to watch. And then when I looked, I was like, oh, there ain't no sense in me watching that.
Okay, it was the best field of the year on the PGA Tour. It might have been the best just regular stop field that we've ever seen, because it was loaded, you know, because everybody, Koepka and Justin Thomas, they're all there.
Right.
And Tiger, again, he was the honorary chairman of the week, you know, it's his tournament, but he just dominated the TV coverage.
So who dominated the NFL coverage? Mahomes.
Tom Brady.
Now stop it.
Come on.
Who got the number one jersey sell? My homeboy.
Who's had it for years.
Who's Super Bowl MVP? My homeboy. Tom Brady throwing a no-look. Tom Brady gonna scramble for 27 on a go-ahead touchdown. Can he throw a jump pass? And you hear what they're saying? He been practicing a behind the back. He say he's doing it with 8 out of 10 times. He can complete it. Yes.
Who threw back-to-back interceptions late third, early fourth quarter?
To make it interesting, because he was about to get away. He didn't want to lose any viewers.
It's true you want to watch LeBron when he's in action. And Ja is coming to town on Friday, so that's interesting there. Let's talk about Ja Morant. Is it too late for Zion to catch him in the Rookie of the Year race? We'll discuss. Floyd Mayweather went on the Drink Champs podcast and took issue with LeBron James being named the AP Male Athlete of the Decade, while the boxer has never won the award. Check it out.
I love LeBron James. When we talk about athlete of the decade, that's me. That's me hands down. How can I dominate? I dominated from, and I'm still active, basically. We're talking about from 1996 to 2020, and I've never received athlete of the decade at the top in Forbes, and I'm my own boss. No Gatorade behind me, no Sprite behind me, no Nike behind me. These are billion-dollar companies, and we like to call it placement. So if they paying, you get what you want if you paying enough. But we going off just honestly, I'm the athlete of the decade.
No, that's
the last 2 decades, actually.
Yeah, I respect that.
Well, Shannon, does Floyd have a case here?
Skip, he makes a compelling argument. I understand that Floyd is undefeated, 50-0, and in the decade of the last decade, he had 10 fights. And Skip, it's hard if Floyd was active. A lot of people say that Floyd just picked his fighters, and they say, well, LeBron picked where he want to go. But it's not like LeBron can say, okay, Warriors, you won 73 games, but we don't want to play you guys in the finals. We want to play the Rockets, or we want to play the Spurs. Because Floyd had that luxury. Floyd got an opportunity to pick who he wanted to fight. He makes a compelling argument, Skip. I mean, undefeated is undefeated, even though he only had 10 fights. But it's just hard. Floyd has never been Athlete of the Year. Skip, how can you be Athlete of the Decade and you've never been Athlete of the Year? Skip, I can't win the MVP if I don't make All-Pro. If I don't make the Pro Bowl, how I'm gonna be MVP? It doesn't. I mean, Floyd. I mean, and I get it. Look, and it's hard for me to believe that although LeBron has all these corporate dollars, he's heavily endorsed and marketed. It's hard for me to believe that's okay, if you vote for LeBron Athlete of the Decade, it's something sweet. Skip, I don't think AP the voters are thinking like that. I really don't. It's hard to argue 8 straight finals, 3 MVPs, 3 finals MVPs. That's every single year, Skip. That's a grind. And if you look at the top guys, it was LeBron and Brady. Some of the other guys, Usain Bolt. When did we talk about Usain Bolt? Olympic. Michael Phelps. When we talk about Michael Phelps? Olympics. Yeah. You see the activity, Skip, it's just not the same. I get it, Floyd, but it's just hard for me to see a boxer. If Floyd was probably knocking out people, Skip, I can see that maybe they lean that way, but that's not Floyd's game. And so I don't think I think they got it right. I think LeBron should have been Athlete of the Decade. But Floyd makes a compelling case. I mean, he was 10-0 in the span of that decade. But I just don't, and plus there's some things that he did off the field out of the ring.
Sure.
LeBron is a different area, Skip. The school and LeBron, we talk about issues other athletes for the longest time had dodged. And LeBron seems to be unafraid to talk about anything.
Okay, I'll start there. Floyd's contention is LeBron has Gatorade behind him. He's got Sprite behind him. He's got Nike behind him. Why doesn't Floyd have any of those 3 behind him? Let's just get it out on the table. He has a long history of domestic violence. And because he's brought it up, I have no choice but to rehash.
Right.
So forgive me for piling on Floyd, but just for those who have lost touch with this, 5-month span, 2001 to 2002, Floyd pleaded guilty to 2 counts of battery domestic violence. Then we go to November 2003, arrested and charged with 2 counts of battery for allegedly fighting with 2 women in a Las Vegas nightclub. Finally, December 2011, Floyd Mayweather pled guilty to 1 count of misdemeanor domestic violence and no contest to 2 counts of harassment, and he was sentenced to 90 days in jail, and he was released after 60 days. It's not pretty. And you're not going to get Gatorade behind you or Nike behind you or Sprite behind you.
Well,
you're just not.
It's kind of hard. Nike is hard, Skip. What is Nike going to sell of a boxer? Boxing trunks? A roll?
Okay, all right. Now, back to inside the ring. My biggest problem with Floyd from the start was, can you please show me a super fight, a mega fight, a challenge? Can you show me a Joe Frazier or a George Foreman? Or is there a Ken Norton somewhere? Because Ken Norton beat Ali and broke his jaw, okay? Show me